You've been told menopause is official after 12 months without a period. No bleeding, no spotting, no resets. But here's the part no one explains well enough. That rule is not a diagnosis of how you feel. It's a calendar rule, not a hormone rule, which is why so many women hit that 12-month mark and think, okay, why do I still feel exhausted, foggy, moody, inflamed, and nothing like myself? Today, I'm going to explain what the 12-month rule really means, why it exists, and what is actually happening hormonally before, during, and after that moment, and why reaching it does not mean your symptoms are supposed to magically disappear. Hi, welcome to the Menopause Map Minute. I'm Cynthia Penner, menopause health coach and author of the Menopause Map book series. Today is a medical minute where we break down your hormones, your symptoms, and the science behind what you're feeling in a way that finally makes sense. Let's make this simple and empowering. So, what the 12-month rule actually means. The 12-month rule exists for one primary reason: clarity. Clinically, menopause is defined as 12 consecutive months without a menstrual period, assuming there is no other medical cause for the absence of bleeding. That's it. It does not measure hormone balance. It does not assess symptom severity. It does not evaluate energy, sleep, mood, libido, weight changes, or brain function. It is simply the point at which doctors can say your ovaries have permanently stopped ovulating. Before this point, you are considered perimenopausal, even if your periods are wildly irregular or months apart. After this point, you are considered postmenopausal. There is no such thing as being in menopause for years. What women live through for years is perimenopause, the hormonal transition in, and postmenopause, the hormonal recalibration after. Menopause itself is simply the line between them, a single point in time. It is a diagnostic timestamp, not a life stage, a label for medical records, not a description of lived experience. Time for a science snapshot. A key definition of menopause: a retrospective diagnosis made after 12 consecutive months without menstruation, marking the end of ovarian ovulation. It is a timing marker, not a symptom resolution marker. So, why symptoms often peak around the 12-month mark? Many women expect the finish line to feel like relief. But biologically, the 12-month mark often sits right inside the most unstable phase of hormonal change. Here's why. During late perimenopause, estrogen becomes erratic, not low and steady, but unpredictable. Progesterone has already declined significantly. Testosterone is often failing quietly in the background. Around the time periods stop completely, estrogen does not gently taper. It frequently drops more sharply and irregularly. The nervous system has not yet adapted to this new baseline. That is why symptoms like hot flushes, night sweats, anxiety, heart palpitations, joint pain, sleep disruption, and brain fog can feel more intense, not less. Your body is recalibrating without its former hormonal rhythm. Time for a science snapshot. Hormone transition clarified late perimenopause to early postmenopause. A phase marked by estrogen fickleness and nervous system adaptation. Symptoms reflect transition stress, not failure or dysfunction. So, what happens after menopause is official. Once menopause is officially reached, the body begins a long adjustment period known as early postmenopause. This phase can last several years. Estrogen stabilizes at a lower level. Progesterone remains low. Testosterone continues to decline with age, about 1% a year. The brain, bones, muscles, metabolism, and cardiovascular system are all adapting to a new hormonal environment. Symptoms may gradually improve, shift, or change form. Some resolve, others emerge later, such as joint stiffness, vaginal dryness, insulin resistance, or sleep changes. This is not your body breaking down. This is your body learning how to operate under a new hormonal leadership structure. And support during this phase matters just as much as it did before the 12-month mark. So, time for your supportive stepping stones. Now that you understand menopause is a single point in time, here's how to use that knowledge to actually feel better. First, stop timing your symptoms to the label. If you are still within a few years before or after that 12-month mark, symptoms are expected. This prevents unnecessary panic and stops you from thinking something is wrong just because you crossed an invisible date. Step 2, support the phase you are actually in. Late perimenopause and early postmenopause stress the nervous system, not just estrogen levels. Prioritize sleep consistently, blood sugar stability, and recovery over pushing harder. Symptom relief often begins here before hormones are ever adjusted. Third, track patterns, not just periods. Once bleeding stops, periods are no longer a useful metric. Energy dips, sleep disruption, anxiety spikes, joint stiffness, and brain fog become your new feedback system. These guide what kind of support your body needs next. Fourth, don't delay support waiting for official menopause. Relief does not require crossing the 12-month line. Hormone therapy, lifestyle shifts, supplementation, and nervous system support can be appropriate before and after that point when symptoms are present. And fifth, treat this as recalibration, not decline. Your body is adapting to a new hormonal baseline. The right support helps it stabilize faster and more comfortably instead of leaving you stuck in survival mode. If this helps you connect the science to your symptoms, explore the resources linked below for deeper guidance on navigating late perimenopause and early postmenopause with clarity and confidence. Understanding the map helps, but using it is where relief begins. If this episode helped you feel seen and supported, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe so you never miss a new Menopause Map Minute. Because understanding yourself inside and out is how you flourish through menopause.